today's advanced session, which is covering iPad OS 17.2 and how to update your iPad software to do so, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and read our disclaimer before we get started. The WildTech DC Senior iPad program, its owners and presenters offer technical assistance, virtual health, well-being information designed for educational purposes only. You should not rely on the information, any applications or topics made by WildTech, including but not limited to mobile device applications and any social media pages maintained by WildTech, its owners or presenters as a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, treatment, or legal advice. Thank you so much for letting me read the disclaimer. Of course, the few things that we always go over during these sessions is one, how to raise our hand, because we want to have some type of etiquette and some kind of organization, right? So you can raise your hand if you have a question, a comment, concern, anything you'd like to share. You can do so by raising your hand. You do that by tapping more at the top right, and then you tap raise hand. So I want everyone in Zoom to please raise their hand. So again, I know that you're here, that you're present, that you're ready to learn, that you're excited to have a full week of wonderful sessions going on. Hope everyone was able to read the daily email this morning so you could see like the highlight and again what's going on for the week. But again, I want everyone in Zoom to please raise their hand, and we already are at about 75%. Thank you so much. That's why I call you all the creme de la creme, because y'all are on point. So thank you so much for participating. I'm always looking for 100% or as close to. So we're at 80%. I think one of the best percentages. So thank you so much. But again, you can raise your hand by tapping more at the top right, and then you tap raise hand, and that is how you raise your hand. So thank you so much for those that have raised their hands. Really appreciate that. You can lower your hand by hitting lower at the bottom. Again, it says your hand is raised, then it says lower. So once you hit lower, that's how you lower your hand. So whenever the guest or the presenter or the host has answered your question, you can lower your hand, and we would appreciate that. So we still have 2 hands up. So again, on your screen, if it says your hand is raised and lower, make sure you hit lower. So just keep that in mind. Thank you so much. In addition to raising your hand, if you want to, just have some fun with Zoom and utilize all the features available, you can use the reaction bar. So again, you tap more, and then below raise hand are these different emojis that you can send as a reaction. So going to clap, or send a thumbs up, or send a heart, or send a laughing emoji. Or if you don't want any of those, you want something else, or if you want to see what else is there, you can hit these 3 dots, and then you'll see all of the different options available. So I like your eyes, Brenda. But let's all try to send a reaction in Zoom. And I love to, do a shout out. So thank you for your heart, Miss Carolyn, and for your claps, Miss Cassandra. Yep. See who sent a celebratory one, Miss Gracie. Good job. Again, if I go to Zoom, then I tap more, and look, I have all these different options available. If I hit these 3 dots, look at all these different emojis. I can send a ice cream if I wanted to. So it's really fun how you can literally choose anything, like chocolate. I can send chocolate as a reaction. So and thank you for your thumbs up, Mr. Wayne. Really appreciate that. So that's how you send a reaction. It's a lot of fun, right? Last but not least, as some of you have done already, you can utilize the chat. So if you want to, again, communicate non-verbally, you can use the chat to, say hello, hope you had a great weekend, happy Monday, have a great day, something like that. You can ask your question in the chat, of course. We're able to answer some questions during or right then and there the session. If you put your question in the chat, You can also, send your congrats, your encouragement, any resources, information, any quotes that you have. You can share it in the chat by tapping more at the top right, then tapping chat. And then this window pops up where you'll tap where it says tap here to chat, type your message in, and send it using the blue triangle on the right hand side. So I want everyone in Zoom to please send a chat, with anything that you like. But again, with, a simple hello, good afternoon, hope you have a great day, things of that nature. And again, it would be nice to, see when you guys come on. I know you all probably say hi to each other, through through the voice, but it would be also be nice just to send a little hi or hello through the chat when you come on. So yes, anything that you like, you can send in the chat. So yeah, we'll have a great morning, and yeah, one good thing about being, on the video on Zoom, it makes us feel like we're all together. So it's always nice to see you guys smile or laugh, when we go over things. It's a mood booster, right? So hi Miss Harris. You sent that message to me, but I think you meant to send it to everyone. So make sure where it says send to, make sure it says send to everyone instead of saying send to like a particular person if you want to. If you tap where it says that blue text right here, you can change who you can send it to. So just to let you know. But yes, we're gonna have a great morning and a lot of fun today. Okay. So thank you so much. So again, iPad OS 17, which came out a few months ago last year in October, September, that area. And again, it gives you powerful new ways to do more than ever. There are new levels of personalization. You can create beautiful and custom lock screens, and of course, additional features, new apps, and more, right? Again, what is an operating system? So again, we are working with iPad OS operating system 17.2. So what is an operating system? It is the most important software that runs on a computer, okay? It manages the computer's memory, like the storage and the processes. So, how the different applications or how the computer actually works, right? It manages software. Again, software is kind of like the applications or what you're using um, on a daily basis on your device. And it also manages the hardware, so the actual physical computer. Like if you're talking about a regular computer, it'd be like the CPU, all that stuff. So it manages both at the same time. It also allows you to communicate with the computer without knowing how to speak the computer's language. Because if a little bit about computers, the bottom line is that these computers speak in binary, like in zeros and ones, for example. So we don't have to know that language. All you have to know how to do is utilize the hardware, like the mouse, but also we're able to type things that we want to do, like with our language, with English. So without the operating system, the computer would be useless because there would be no way to manage the storage or the processes or the different components of the computer, all of that. So think of it as the brain. Without our brains, we would not be functioning, right? So it's very, very, and is the most important software that runs on a device, so including our iPads, right? So again, the operating systems or OS's job is to manage all of the software and hardware on the computer. Most of the time, there are several different computer programs running at the same time. Right now I have Zoom up, I have my slides up, have other apps running in the background. So they all need access to your device's CPU, central processing unit, the memory, and storage. So yes, it has to again take that all into consideration while operating your device to keep going and to make the experience as seamless as for you all as possible. Again, the operating system coordinates all of this to make sure each program gets what it needs, because some programs may need a little, more, let me say the word for it, attention, or the more priority than others, right? Because not each one is the same. Like, Wi-Fi, data, like those things may or may not require more out of the system, but it has its own priority system where it makes sure that each app, again, or program gets what it needs so it can, again, work together, right? Again, um, operating updating your operating system is very, very important. This is, even though you may guys have seen this session a couple times, again, it's so, so important just to update, your device. And sometimes, those notifications or reminders do pop up. And, they're saying, hey, there needs to be an update that occurs. And it always seems like that these updates just come out right when you're in the middle of something. And even though it is, or it may happen, it's still important to follow them and keep your computer or device up to date. Because these updates have security patches, again, that can cover security holes or breaches and keep the hackers out of the network. Because um, one, not one system in the world is 100% foolproof, right? We can get really close, but there's, with technology always evolving, there are always new things, or new things that have to be patched or have to be corrected to, again, keep making that system really secure. So, in addition to security fixes, software updates can include new or improved features, like new apps, like brand new apps. Like with 17, the new health app just came out, which is really important. Last year, the Freeform app came out with iPad OS 16. So that's one of the main reasons. I mean, for us as a daily user, to have access to those new apps, as well as improve compatibility with various devices or applications. So again, just like I said, technology is always evolving. There's always new devices and new connections being created. So it's always important for for Apple to keep updating their system so we can take advantage of the latest features. Okay. Again, updates are not designed to ruin our lives. In fact, again, they're designed to make our devices safer and keep hackers from exploiting vulnerable spots. So again, anytime you get an update to come up on your device, it's really, really important to make sure that you complete that update to have it the most secure and updated experience, right? Updates can fix the code that allows hackers to install damaging malware on our computers or delete important files. The thing that you've been so busy working on that you think you don't have time to update your software, those are at risk if you decide to ignore that reminder. So again, all the different apps and photos and videos and documents and contacts and accounts, all your calendar, all of that, if you wait too long to update your device, it will be at risk if you decide to ignore that reminder. Keep in mind, Apple is very, very good again about having these security updates. I've never had a security issue, while utilizing this device in that way. I always try to keep my device updated, but Apple's known for their very secure devices, but it's better to, be safe than sorry, and to, yeah, just take advantage of everything that's available. So again, make sure every time it says that an update has come up, make sure you take some time to get that task complete. The update, the good thing about installing this update, or downloading and installing, is that you just have to click a button, really. And if you set it up, well, not correctly, but if you set it up in a certain way, then you don't even have to do that. But it's always good to double check and physically check if you need to complete a step or not. The installation, so, well, the downloading, well, because it's two different things. There's downloading and installing. So downloading the update, it takes about 10 to 20 minutes. right? Um, and just thinking now, so when we say update versus upgrade, so every month or 2 months or so, an update comes out. And every year, when we switch from 16 to 17, next year will be, or this coming fall will be on 18. So those are the upgrades. But every 2 months or so, that's why you have the 17.1, the point two. Those come out every 1 or 2 months. So just wanted to note that as well. But overall, the downloading of the update and the installing of the update, can take from anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes. It's a little long, maybe 20 to 30 minutes. It does depend on your connection and all that stuff, but normally about 10, 20, max 30 minutes. You may see something called a rapid security response, and this term is just for a new type of software released for Apple devices. They deliver important security improvements between software updates, improvements to Safari web browser, different things regarding security, and as in the name of it, it's rapid. So it's usually just it's not out, let me not say out of the blue, but when they need to occur, they happen in between updates just to, again, mitigate any security issues that may have been exploited or reported to exist in the wild. So in the wild is just within the Apple community, that, iPad and iPhone and all the other Apple device users, that submit tickets to Apple saying this, and that, right? So just keep that in mind if you do see this term when updating your device. Okay, so we've been talking about the update, this whole time, but before we actually update our device, we have to do what is called an iCloud backup. If you back up your iPad, literally back up, right? You'll have a copy of your information to use in case your device is ever replaced, lost, or damaged, or something may have gone wrong with the update. Again, for myself, I've never had any issues updating my device. I try to always do a backup before I update my device, but sometimes I don't physically do it because it automatically does it for me. But either way, those are really the main two reasons. If you ever need to replace your device, and to make sure if there's something that goes wrong with the update, you have that backup available. So what does an iCloud backup include, and why it's so important to back up your device? It includes nearly all the data and settings stored on your device. Okay, so not the actual apps themselves, but some of the apps data and the settings on your device is stored on your iCloud backup. Um, Again, like data that's stored in iCloud, like contacts, your calendars, your notes, your photos, your iMessages, your texts, health data, all that stuff, right? Data stored in other services like Gmail, your Apple Mail data, your Apple Pay information, your Touch ID, if you have an iPhone, for example, Face ID settings, all of those are included in your iCloud backup. So that's why it's, again, super important to complete this backup at least, I would say, once a month. Once a month, you should physically do a backup on your device, just to, again, make sure everything that, again, you've worked so hard for to put on your device stays secure with this method. So again, with all the possibilities that could go wrong, again, it's better to be safe than sorry. Creating a backup should be the first thing on your to-do list when planning to upgrade your operating system. So this method is very, very, very simple to do. So the first thing you're going to do is go to settings, and then you're going to tap on your name. Okay, on the top left-hand side, you'll see your name in settings, and that's how you access. Look, it even tells you what it allows you to access. It says Apple ID, iCloud, plus your media and purchases, etc. So that's what we're trying to do an iCloud backup. So we have to go to the iCloud section in settings, okay? So when you tap on your name on the right-hand side, you're gonna look for where it says iCloud, okay? When you tap on iCloud, you are now in the iCloud settings. So in the settings now, you're gonna look for iCloud backup, because again, that's what we're trying to do, is complete an iCloud backup. So when I tap on it, you notice that it takes you again now to the iCloud backup screen. So if you want to physically do a backup, you can then hit backup now. And again, it shows a bar to indicate the time remaining once the backup begins. So look, if I'm here at the screen, again, so I'll say this again, but you notice below backup now, it says last successful backup yesterday at 12:54 p.m. So I didn't physically do that backup because I was, connected to Wi-Fi, my iPad was plugged in, things of that nature. So it automatically did that backup. But if you want to physically do it, again, you hit backup now. And again, it says backing up, and it tells, it says the estimating time remaining, but it's a very quick process. Even with all the data that I have on my iCloud, it only takes about, 1 or 2 minutes to really back up, right? So look, about 1 minute is very fast. The bar is already halfway done. Just wanted to show you all. Let's see. Make sure to check your email about the low data thing. I had sent that to you a couple days ago, okay? Mr. Ronald, thank you for letting me know. I am aware, so I'll get that passed on, okay? But as you can see, look, it says last successful backup, 10:23 a.m. So tomorrow, if I don't do another backup, it will say yesterday at 10:23 a.m. And then the next day it'll say, I did it on 1/8/2024 at 10:23 a.m., right? So that's how you complete a backup. So very, very simple. All you have to do is, again, go into settings, tap on your name, hit iCloud, then hit iCloud backup, and then you see it says back up now. One thing that you can also do in this section right before you go to backup, you see it says apps using iCloud, right? So you can see what apps are actually, storing their data onto iCloud, and you can look at all the different options. So again, all the stuff that you see right here, like I want all of this data. I want my freeform data, like my wallet data, my Safari, my reminders, my contacts. All of these different things right here, I want to make sure that I have on my iCloud, right? So that's how you can decide what you want and to store and to be able to go over here in iCloud. So again, if you would like to back up your iPad with iCloud, you connect your device to, again, make sure you connect it to the internet, right? You go to settings, you tap on your name, then you tap iCloud. You find iCloud backup, you tap on that, then you hit backup now. Make sure to stay connected to your internet, of course, while the process is finished. Again, it's about 1, 2, 3 minutes, so very quick. And then under backup now, you'll see the date and time of your last backup, okay? So if you need to take a screenshot of this, you can do so, just as a reminder. But, once you do it at least once, it's pretty simple process to go through. If you just literally tap on your name in settings, you'll see iCloud and you'll see all the options come up. But again, that's the first thing that you should do before updating your device. But also, again, to have a copy of your information, right? If you ever need to replace your device, you can use the backup to transfer your information to a new device. And this is what will come up when you get that new device. So hopefully none of us have to experience losing or needing to replace the device. So, but it's always good to know what to do in case that situation occurs, right? So you see that when you first open the iPad, this is what it will say. So look, the first option says restore from iCloud backup So you have to make sure you log on with that, the Apple ID that you had on the other device, so that way you can then get that backup put onto the new device. That's why we always say make sure you remember your Apple ID information, right? So that way, in case these situations occur, you already know that, so you can just focus on getting the data onto that new device, right? So now we're actually going to go through the process of downloading the newest update. And then again, right now, the newest update available is 17.2. Okay. So make sure again your device is plugged in, connected to the internet, of course, and then you follow these steps. So you're going to go to settings, right? In settings, you're going to hit general, and then you'll see where it says software update, right? When you hit software update, again, everyone's going to be at a different spot in regards to what update their iPad is on, right? So this screen right here, it may look a little different, um, you know, depending on how, when is the last time you did an update, right? So on this screen, it might, say 17.2. Yeah, hopefully everyone is on iPad OS 17. But if they're not, you'll probably see this screen where it says upgrade to iPad OS 17. But if you've already done that, then you'll see point two is available, right? Um, when you get to that screen, again, what you're going to want to look for is where it says here, download and install, or if it's already downloaded overnight or something, then you can hit install now. So whatever it says here, make sure that you press on that to initiate the download and or install, right? Make sure you follow any prompts on the screen that you may see, and the upgrade should start downloading, right? So again, if it asks you want to use cellular data, make sure you say allow cellular data. So in case you take your iPad out of your home, if you connect to your Wi-Fi, it can still download, but just make sure you hit allow for that option. And again, if any of these terms and conditions from Apple come out, make sure you hit agree. So once you hit agree and the process goes, your iPad will then restart. And when it comes up, you'll say, hey, your iPad is updated, and you can check it with the same method, okay? So again, I'm gonna go to settings, and on the left-hand side, I am going to general. On the right, you'll see it'll say software update. And as you can see, I've already completed my update, and this is what it says when you do that. iPad OS 17.2, iPad OS is up to date. So as long as it says it's up to date, great, then you're up to date. So this was pretty recent in the past few weeks, I can say. So we'll probably be getting 17.3, maybe like sometime in February, maybe at the end of this month. It is just January 8th, right? So, but just expect the next update to, come around that time, right? So that way, again, you can get access to the latest features and security updates, all that good stuff, right? So you see at the top, it says automatic updates. And I would just say, make sure all of these three different options are turned on. So like iPad OS updates, security responses is there, what we talked about. And then I want to automatically download these iPad OS updates as well. So I can, if I leave my iPad plugged in overnight, it can automatically download and install the newest update or upgrade to my device. So that doesn't always occur. Sometimes you do have to physically go in and install it, but it's 30 seconds every time, right? Just to go to that spot and hit a button. So yes, just make sure these options are turned on. And again, by hitting general software update, you can check and see where where you're at with the update, what's going on, any challenges, etc. So yeah, two main things that we went over today. We went over how to back up your iPad using iCloud backup, and we also went over how to update slash upgrade your iPad by using settings. Okay. One thing I also wanted to show you all today is, everyone with iCloud gets 5 GB or GBs of free storage. But if you do get a notification on your iPad saying your iCloud storage is running low, etc., I would strongly recommend creating or getting iCloud Plus. So this video talks about what iCloud Plus is, and I'll be sure to go over a little bit after the video.
If your iCloud storage is running low, there are a few things you can do to make room. We'll show you how to upgrade to iCloud Plus and share some tips on how to manage your storage. Let's see how to get more storage with iCloud Plus. In Settings, tap your name, and then tap iCloud. Here, you can see how much space you're using. If you want to subscribe to iCloud Plus, tap Manage Storage. Then tap Upgrade or Change Storage Plan, depending on your current iCloud usage. You can select the plan that's right for you and follow the prompts.
Yep. And of course, there are different options, as you can see. With myself, I started with the $1 a month plan, so 99 cents a month plus tax, about $1.29, for 50 gigabytes of storage. And then again, I last year marked where I've been using my iPhone or Apple products for 10 years. So I've had a lot of stuff. So when I hit the 50, I now have the $3 a month or $3.29, $3 for tax, the 200 gigabyte plan a month. And that's, I'm about halfway there with that storage. So I will be having that probably for a very, very long time. So I would start off with the 50 gigs for that dollar again a month, 99 cents plus tax. And then if needed, if if your device is, you just, use it for a lot, which is great, and wonderful. But if you need additional storage, then I would go to that $2.99 a month plus tax plan for 200 gigabytes. So you'll see the different options there.
To upgrade.
I don't think us, as, folks in society and our community, right? We will never really need 2 terabytes. That's what TV stands for a month. That is a lot of data.
If you're new to iCloud Plus, you'll get new features like Private Relay, Hide My Email, and expanded HomeKit secure video support. You can also manage your iCloud storage by deleting files and documents you no longer need. When you delete something in iCloud, it's deleted across all your synced devices. Before you start, be sure to make a copy, either on your computer or an external hard drive, of anything you plan on deleting in iCloud but want to save. In your iCloud storage settings, you'll see your apps using iCloud, listed by the amount of space they take up. You can use this as a reference to help you decide what to remove, like duplicate pictures and videos in the Photos app, iCloud Drive documents you no longer need in the Files app, and attachments from conversations if you've turned on Messages in iCloud. Try this. In a Messages conversation, tap the contact at the top and scroll down. You'll see photos, videos, documents, and other things you've shared or that have been shared with you in this conversation. You can tap See All to view and delete anything you no longer want to store in iCloud or keep on your devices. And that's a look at some ways you can manage your iCloud storage. With more room, you can add more of the photos, videos, and documents you need. To learn more about how to use your iPhone or iPad, subscribe to the Apple Support YouTube channel.
Yep. So again, iCloud Plus, you can have, more virtual storage for, again, the data and settings that are on your device. So if I go to my settings and follow the instructions from the video. I tap on my name, I hit iCloud, and then look, it says I'm using 100 gigabytes of the 200 and well 50 that I have now. And if I hit manage account storage, you see again what I have. So I have majority photos, of course. I have photos, many photos and videos from over the years, but messages, backups, all of this is being utilized with the iCloud Plus. So if you ever wanted to, again, get iCloud Plus, again, I really recommend that you do, so that way you can keep, all of your memories. You don't have to meticulously go through, your apps and delete pictures, So I would just, utilize iCloud Plus. As you can see, well, on your end, if you don't or do not, you'll be able to, um, you'll be able to just utilize this. So you see 200 gigs, $2.99 a month. It's a monthly subscription, so you get what you pay for. In regards to, I'm not utilizing all 200 gigabytes of that storage. I'm only utilizing half, but I still, pay that 329 or 299 a month plus tax a month, right? So it's you pay for what you get. It's up to you on what you use it for. But you see that I'm using 100, so I couldn't be with the 50 anymore. That's not enough. So I have to upgrade to the next highest plan. So I'll be paying 329 for a really long time a month to just have all my storage and have all my backups and photos and messages and all my data safe in the backup, right? So yeah, today we covered again how to back up with iCloud, with all these different options. So yes. At this point, I'll be taking questions to anything that went over, anything you want me to demonstrate. Yvonne, I see your message. I would just, just like I said, I know you get a message every morning, and with uh, every morning, and it's going to come up, Yvonne. So I would just say either you have to take care of the because it is, if your iCloud storage is running full, eventually if it does run full, you will not be able to again back up or any new additional data from that point on. So that message, it's going to be sent regardless. And I had to bite the bullet too when I first learned about it, because I was like, I don't need this, but it's is really needed. So just for I will start off with that $1.29 a month, and if you need some more, then you would go on to the next plan. So that is what I recommend. So I hope that helps. Brenda, you had a question?
Yeah, Alex. Now,
Mm-hmm.
Alex, I did get the 50 gigabytes. So, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, because I have a lot of photos and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of apps. But my question is, what can you use? I mean, what do you do on your iPad if you get the terabytes? The what is it? I forgot the number, but I mean, what function would you be doing to need that many terabytes?
Well, if you deal with a lot of video files, if you need to store a lot of data, like organizations may
Okay.
need that. So that's why I'm saying, that's why I said you'll never really have to utilize that much unless, you're in that field. If you just needed to store a lot of data, they have hard drives, et cetera, like external physical hard drives just to store that, data. Whole companies need, you know, a lot of data, and that's when they would go to those plans. But us as just you know regular users and such, we would either utilize the 50 or most of the time up to the 200. Again, I don't think in my lifetime I'll have to go to the next plan up. So
Okay.
it's for those individuals.
Okay. And you know what? I'm still, well, remember the first time I asked you about this, I asked you
Mm-hmm.
how long will they be taking that $1.05 out? my account. And you said forever. I said, what? So,
Yes,
so I'll be paying for this for the rest of my life,
yes,
right?
yes.
Okay.
For this, for yeah, for the storage. I mean, that's you know, that what it takes. I like the peace of mind. I like just knowing that I don't have to go through meticulously pick out pictures and videos. So no, and they also come with those additional features that it said in that video. But it also just gives you peace of mind because with each update, it's going to require a little bit more space on your device, any
Okay.
backups and stuff. So
Okay. All right. All right. I can live with it. Thank you.
no problem, Brenda. Let us know if you need anything else. Okay.
Okay.
Um, Next up is Yvonne. So, okay, when you say messages, you have to be a little more specific. Are you talking about iMessages? Because yeah, you can delete iMessages each and every day, but if you were talking about the notifications that you get in regards to the iCloud Plus, then those are, there to stay.
Well, I'm just talking about ordinary messages. I can delete them
Yeah,
just swiping
you're talking
them.
about text messages like iMessage, messages
Yes.
and iMessage, right? So yeah, you can simply just delete them like an email. You can either select all of them at one time, or you can delete individual iMessages. But I would say again, utilize that iCloud Plus, Yvonne, so you don't have to necessarily do that. So that way you
Well,
can just.
Alex, can I say I'm going to telephone this person and tell her to cease and desist. I am tired of getting, I mean, they're affirmations that are very lovely, but they tend to be somewhat of a nuisance, really.
Um. Okay. I'm not following along. So are you
So
saying you're
I should
getting?
tell her, I'd like to just tell her to stop sending them to me. But all I need to do is swipe to the left to delete them daily, right?
Yes. I mean, I mean that's what you do. But I mean, those little texts, like little messages of text, they don't really take up storage on your device. Again, if you go on, your storage on your settings, you go to general, you can see what is taking it up, and it's not going to be messages
Okay.
and all together. But if you
Yeah.
just don't want someone to send you a message, like just call them and let them know, or to
Just swipe to the left.
yeah. So yeah, that's what you can do on that. But I would look
Right.
at the iCloud Plus information. Okay.
But I don't want any additional expenses. So I'm reluctant to sign up for the plus.
Well, I can understand that, and I would just say it's it's not an expense, but
Well,
it's an
it's two
invest.
ninety
It's
nine. If it's two
well,
ninety
that's
nine,
for the 200 gigabytes, Yvonne. Again, I would say I would start off with the 50 gigabyte one for the 99 cent,
oh,
plus tax amount. So I would start off with that, and then it took me quite a bit, a couple years just to get to that point where I use all of that. So I would again start off with that. It's not just for like the data, but it's also for backups. It's also for again, your photos, your videos, your app data, all that stuff. So
okay.
I would strongly recommend it, and
So it's
especially
99 cents.
yes, plus tax. So when you go into that section, you'll see the information, and just I would just go through the steps to be able to,
And they
then
for a credit card, you give a credit card number. Is that
it
how?
will yes, you would put in your your information, and then you would go through.
Thank you, Alex.
No problem, Yvonne. I hope that helps out, and thanks so much for coming on.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And then please, if you've updated to iPad OS 17.2, please let us know in the chat so that way we can send you your congrats. So if it says iPad OS 17.2, it's up to date. I would love if you could share that in the chat. Speaking of the chat, send me a message. Screen. Screen. So that would require, again, If you are saying that you don't have space on your device to receive that video, I'm not sure where they're sending it from. If it's from a phone, or from another iPad, I'm not sure how there's, what kind of how they're sending it, because some videos are not able to be sent because of how big they may be, right? Through message. She may have to upload it to like a, a Google Drive folder, and you have to access it like that if that video is big enough. But I would see if she could email it to your device. But either way, if it's saying that you need more storage, I would again recommend that iCloud Plus and starting off with that 50 gigabytes. Okay. Next up is Miss Wilson. Um, can you unmute for me, Miss Wilson, if you have a question? You gotta hit unmute in the middle, Miss Wilson.
Okay, I just hear me now.
Mm-hmm. How are you?
I'm fine. I just want to say good morning and happy New Year to everyone, and
Oh
that
yes.
you are doing such a good job.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, Miss Wilson. It's nice to hear from you. It's been quite a minute. So
Yes, it has.
just make sure you check out our emails with all of our information, and 10, 12, and 1:30 p.m. every day we have something going on. So
Okay, thank you. Have a good day.
you as well. Thank you so much. And I love your background, Miss Wilson. It's very beautiful.
Well, thank you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Teresa, thank you for letting me know that. Then there's, I'm not sure what's going on in that method, or in she tried to send a message and I didn't have enough space. So did the message already come to your device, or is she saying that she's not able to send it to your device? Um, Thank you, Mr. Harold and Miss Gracie. Yes, I know that's right. It first came out. I'm not sure remember the exact date that it came out, but good job. Yep, up to date. Thank you, Miss Doris. Thank you, Miss Queen. Thank you so much. Yep. Again, with the newest update, you get, these lock screen, like if you see my lock screen right now, you have that as a capability. It's cool. This is like a kaleidoscope one. If I move my iPad, you see it kind of flips over, right? So that's one new feature that you can utilize. There's the new health app that we briefly mentioned last Thursday with Annie. You can utilize that. Yes, so if she was sending it from her Apple device, again, I'm not sure how long the video is. I don't know if you could tell me that could help me out, because I know about the lengths of videos, because videos, they do take up quite a bit of storage. So what I recommend is she upload it to a Google Drive folder, and then shares that folder with you, so that way you can open it and view that file. Or if the video is not too long, she can attempt to email it to your email, and if it's not too big, then she'll be able to do that. So that's what I recommend. There's the new health app. Again, I'm just showing off some new features. We have a couple minutes or so, but if you guys have any questions or anything you want me to go over, please raise your hand. Okay. If I want to change my lock screen or my wallpaper, right, on your device, you can go to wallpaper and you see all these different options, right? Well, that I've already completed some of these. They have to load up, right? But I did this one before, made this one. This is the one I'm using now. So you can make a brand new wallpaper. So if I hit add new wallpaper, there are some different options. Let's see, which one have I not done before? I love the kaleidoscope ones. Those are pretty cool. I love these ones, the Unity ones. They're great. These little collections are cool. So it's on what you like, even weather. Like you can have the live weather come up. Let me do this one that says collections. It's very cool. And I can even change like the colors. Like I can make it dark. That's cool with the appearance. I can turn the depth effect on. I can add different widgets. Like if I want the month, drag it. Even my Duolingo that we went over. I can put that here. Maybe my Paramount. I was watching a show. I can continue watching the show just from the widget right here. And maybe the weather. So right now it's 43 degrees. Yeah, wow. And the high today will be 47 and 36. So look, I just added some widgets here. I can even change how the clock looks, like with the font. Like I just tapped on it. And let me make it, I like, this green looks nice. I can make it thinner. I can make it lighter or darker, kind of like a light. Here at the top, I can add, yeah, the weather. Look at this. I can even add my little reminders instead if I wanted to. Stocks, the date. So you can customize it. And then once you're done, you can hit add. And look, set as wallpaper pair. And look, now I have my brand new lock screen or wallpaper on my device. So that's something new that had come out, and there are many different options. Yes, if it's long, then I would probably say the Drive is the best idea. So Photoshop app. I am not aware of any specific free photo. Well, if you're looking for editing software, I am not sure of that. What I can say is if it's like a picture that you're trying to edit, you can edit a picture within the Photos app, or of your device, of the iPad, or even when you're in a file, you can edit certain things, right? So if I really just really quick go to my pictures, let's say, remember this blue jay, right? So this blue jay, let's say I wanted to edit this picture. While I'm in the picture, you see at the top right, it says the word edit, right? And with edit, they actually did update this not too bit ago. And before there were no like words on the left-hand side, but look on the left now there are different. It's really easier to see the different options. So look, if I want to crop it, like if I wanted to remove this part, I can then crop it. On the left, I can hit filters, and I can, change how it is. Like, look, dramatic cool, noir, mono, vivid cool. I like that. I can adjust different things like the exposure, the brilliance, highlight, shadows, contrast. Look at that. That's pretty cool, right? I can brightness. I can make it brighter or darker, kind of like that. You can make it more saturated or less saturated. So all these different options are right here to take advantage of. You can adjust it, you can do the filters, and again, you can even crop it, or look, I can even, yeah, adjust how it is, etc. And once you're done, you can hit done at the top right, but you can also, at the top right, you see these different options, especially this one looks like a pencil. Look at that, I can mark up this picture. So if I want to draw some red on it, I can do that. I can mark up, make this blue, right? Make this blue. Choose a different tool. Let me make this yellow right here. And let me make this green, right? So you can even mark up. I can hit the plus sign here at the bottom right. I can add even text if I wanted to. Let me move this text box. Let me double tap. Let me write like hello. Close the keyboard. Make this bold. Make this a different font. Like this. And right here. You know, you can add a signature. You can add a shape. You know, put a little star. Something like that. So again, you can be really, really creative with marking up and editing pictures. So that's what I recommend that you do. For removing an object, that's a good question, Teresa. I am not sure that you can, well, you can do that with the capabilities on here, but you know, there's something as simple as, you know, you can cover it up with like another object, or I think there's an eraser option. I'm not sure to go. I think there was at one point. I just don't remember at this point. I'm trying to look for it now, but no, but it's okay. Once you hit done, look, that is now it's done. You've edited that picture, right? So that's again some you know, I was just answering one of your questions. I hope that helped, but also wanted to just show some features like adding a wallpaper, having a lock screen, showcasing the health app, which is new. So hopefully I get to do my iPad OS 17 session again, just to again go over any new features that may have happened, and especially that new health app. Okay. But again, other than any other last questions about backups or updates or iCloud Plus, any questions before we end our session for the day? Please raise your hand. We have Ronald at 12 p.m. Really looking forward to that again. It's been a few weeks now due to the holidays, so looking forward to hearing all the sports chatter this afternoon. And then we'll be ending our day with Zion for module 1. So always a great session to come on. You know, it's always good to go over the basics. And again, you may find something new to learn. So I think some highlights of module 1 is learning about, again, the storage, Find My, all about Zoom, you know, just the general things. You know, we just talked about Zoom on Friday, but we'll be going over some concepts again today. So it's overall, Mondays are a great learning day for the iPad. So I appreciate you all coming on. I will see you all in about, 45 minutes, 50 minutes or so when I open the Zoom up. So just make sure I'll come on for Ron's Lunch Club and give him a lot of support, as he always does a great job. So I really look forward to that. So I hope everyone has a great morning, and I'll see you for the lunch club, okay?
Okay,
Thanks.
Alex. See you later.
Thank
Okay,
you.
good
you,
day,
Alex.
everyone. I hope everyone had a great weekend.
All right. God bless
Yes,
everyone.
I
I
did.
did.
Very
God bless.
nice.
God bless.